Be honest, when you first heard Silent Hill 2 was getting a remake, you kinda panicked, right? Like, please don't let them ruin this absolute classic. Yeah, same here, but turns out it's actually kinda amazing, miserable, terrifying, emotional, all of it in the best way. So, if you've never played it before or you grew up worshipping the original, here's the big question: should you actually play the new Silent Hill 2 on PS5 or keep it in your backlog and just remember the good old days? Let's talk about it. Hey everyone, I'm Stefan. I love diving into games, big, small, weird, you name it. But I know not everyone has hours to spare just to find out the game wasn't worth the time. That's where I come in. I play, I test, I give you a quick honest review so you know whether a game deserves your next session or your backlog. Let's jump in. Alright, so here's the setup. You play as James Sunderland, quiet dude, clearly not doing great, who gets a letter from his wife. The problem is she's been dead for 3 years. The letter says she's waiting for him in their special place in Silent Hill, so what does he do? He packs his bag, drives straight into the creepiest fog-filled town in history like it's totally normal. What makes this game special isn't really the story itself, it's the feeling. Silent Hill 2 flows like a bad dream that just doesn't end. Everything's slow, quiet, unsettling. You walk through fog so thick you barely see 3 steps ahead. You hear noises that might be enemies, or maybe just the town breathing. The remake nails that energy. The whole thing's about grief and guilt and regret. Not boo jump scares, but a deeper, weirder kind of horror. The town looks incredible too. The walls rot, the fog moves around you, and every hallway just feels wrong. If you're new, don't stress, it's totally standalone, no Silent Hill homework required. And if you love the 2001 version, you'll recognize everything that mattered. Same story beats, same emotional hits, just stretched out a bit more cinematic. So how it's actually played? Well, let's be real, this isn't a fun game in the traditional sense, it's more like uncomfortable fun. You explore messy, maze-like areas, collect items, solve weird puzzles, fight creepy things that sound wet, and occasionally scream internally when you realize you're gone in the circle for 10 minutes. Combat's clunky, but on purpose. James feels heavy and slow, not action hero slow, just regular person with trauma slow. Every swing feels risky, every bullet counts. It's not about skill so much as panic management. Enemies don't wait for you either, so sometimes it's pure chaos. The PS5 version fixes some frustration though. You get smoother aiming, better camera control and difficulty sliders so you can mess with combat and puzzle settings separately. Trust me, set your puzzle level where your patience can survive. You'll thank yourself later. The bigger zones, apartments, hospitals, you name it, are more detailed now. There's just more of everything. It feels lived in, rotten, believable. And the puzzles peak Silent Hill. They make sense just enough that you'll feel smart when you solve one and dumb when you don't. Some of them are creepy little masterpieces. Others are like the game trolling you on purpose. But that's half the fun here. You get absorbed by this mastery, frustrated for a minute, then proud you figured out something nobody else would logically think of. The real magic though, it's the mood. The fog doesn't just hide stuff, it builds tension. Your flashlight barely cuts through the dark, and sound design keeps your nerves shut the entire time. Footsteps behind you, mechanical noises you can't place, that distant growl that might not be real. The remake isn't chasing jump scares, it's aiming for slow dread. That feeling you get when nothing happens for you so long it feels wrong. And then something finally does. Technically it's good, not perfect, but good. There's a quality mode for visuals and performance mode for 60 FPS, although it dips at times. You'll catch little frame drops and funny reflections if you stare too close. Still, the lighting and details are incredible. It's gross and beautiful at the same time. Perfect game for people who love to take cinematic screenshots in between panic attacks. Alright, verdict time. Do you play it or keep it sitting in your backlog next to the 50 other games you swear you'll start soon? If you're new to Silent Hill, it's absolutely worth it. Like right now. The story still hits hard, the presentation's gorgeous, and it's way more playable than the old one. Just remember, it's slow. It wants you to sit in tension, not sprint through rooms blasting everything in sight. If you want pure action, you'll probably get annoyed. But if you love happy atmosphere and slow burn creepy storytelling, this is a must play. If you're a fan of the original, this one's tricky, but I think you'll still love it. It's faithful to the soul of the game. Some tweaks work great, a few might make you go, I'm not sure about that. Still, it's really respectful retelling. Think of it like seeing your favorite horror movie remade with better visuals, same heart, just a slightly different rhythm. If you're super picky about performance, it's solid but not flawless. Doesn't ruin the experience though, unless dips and shutters drive you crazy. Okay, if you like slow, emotional, psychological horror, yeah, play it. If you want something more like fast pace as Resident Evil 4 is, maybe come back to it later. But either way, this remake deserves your attention. It's creepy, sad, and genuinely beautiful. Weird combo, I know, but it works. So yeah, they actually pulled it off. Silent Hill 2 didn't just survive. It came back stronger, scarier, and somehow even more depressing in the best way possible. If this helped you figure out whether to play it or not, hit that like button. It really helps me fight off the algorithm demons. And I wanna know, are you jumping into Silent Hill for the first time, or did you just live through the original back in the PS2 fog days? Drop it in the comments. Alright, I'm gonna go turn the lights off for a bit. Catch you next time.